Hello and welcome to HERU Yoga for the Blind. My name is Hannah and I will be guiding you through this short yoga sequence. Before we get started, please ensure that you have enough space around you to move or someone with you who can support you and your safety as you move through this practice. Make sure to wear something comfortable that you can move in without distraction, and ideally take off your socks to get a better feeling for the floor or the yoga mat. This class is a calming evening practice to prepare you for a good night's sleep. Things you might want to grab for this class are a yoga mat and a rolled up blanket. If you do not have a yoga mat, simply practice on the floor. Please do not use a blanket or a towel to put down to practice on top, as this will not allow you to grip the surface properly. Lastly, you know your own body best. As you start with your practice, you might experience some discomfort in some of the asanas. This can be an indicator that you might want to adjust the pose, but it does not mean that you cannot practice this pose. Should you, however, experience pain, please stop. Pain is never something that you should work through. But now, enough with the talk. Let's get moving. Today, you will start lying down. So grab your rolled up blanket and place it towards the top end of the mat, lining it up with the short edge of the mat. Leave enough space for your head to come to rest though. Lie back and ensure that your shoulder blades rest directly on top of the blanket. You'll know if you have the blanket too low, as your lower ribs will open towards the sky rather than your energetic heart. So then you might want to reshuffle your position a little bit. Bend your knees and walk your feet out so that they're as wide as the yoga mat. Your outer arches of the feet line up with the outer edges of the yoga mat. If you do not have a yoga mat, simply widen your stance. Then allow your knees to fall towards each other until the inner knees are touching. Your arms can either lie next to you on hip height with the palms open towards the ceiling and a little wider than the yoga mat. Or you can place them on your navel. Maybe try the two different variations out, even if you think that you have a preference. Sometimes our body surprises us. Once you have chosen a position, allow your upper eyelids to come to rest on your lower eyelids. Even with little to no vision, this will allow your muscles around the eyes to relax and your focus to turn inwards, and for your nervous system to calm down. During this part of the class, it is all about letting go of your day and to bring awareness to your inner physical landscape. It is a moment of checking in, a moment of taking stock. Often during the day, we forget to take a pause to check in with how we are actually feeling. Take this moment to simply do exactly that. Bring your awareness to your back body and tune into that sensation of being carried by the earth beneath you. Feel the connection your body makes with the floor, the yoga mat, and the rolled up blanket beneath you. As you do that, start scanning your body for any areas of tension, holding. Here, you do not need to do anything. Resist the urge of moving through any tension or gripping sensation. Simply notice. Start from the crown of the head and slowly move down to the feet. Bring particular attention to the following areas: to your jaw, your neck, your shoulders, your shoulder blades, your elbows, wrists, the front of the hips, your knees and your ankles. Once you have reached your feet, bring your focus to your breath. Observe your natural breath. Feel the lifting and the softening of the navel, the lifting and softening of the heart. For a moment, tune in which action feels more natural to you this evening. Is it the in or the exhale? Remember, only notice, no need to change anything. Allow yourself to be a silent observer in this moment, and for your body and your mind to let go of your day. Once you have observed, start slowing down your exhale. This will allow your nervous system to calm down even further. Keep your inhale as it was and only slow down the exhale. Feel how the tension in your body slowly and steadily leaves your body and melts into the floor beneath you. Take a few moments here. Inhale, belly rises. Exhale, belly softens. Inhale, heart lifts. Exhale, back of the heart melts into the floor. Inhale, your body expands. Exhale, your body softens. On your next inhale, float your arms up to the sky. Palms are facing each other. Then grab hold of the elbows and bring the elbows behind you towards the floor. If your shoulders feel like they're not open enough, or maybe you have a headache, you can also rest the forearms on the forehead instead. Feel the length you have now created in your side body, the space you have created between your ribs, and direct your breath into the side of the lungs. Take one deep breath here. Inhale deeply and exhale long and softly. Change the grip of the arms, other elbow on top. Usually, the second side will feel that little bit more awkward. We humans are creatures of habit and will often automatically choose our preferred side first. Again, you can either rest your arms on the floor behind you or on your forehead. A quick note here, just because you have done one thing on one side does not mean you have to do exactly the same thing on the other side. So just observe, how does this side feel? Take also one deep breath here. Inhale deeply, exhale softly. On your next inhale, walk your feet in so that they are now roughly hip-width apart. On your next exhale, bring your knees to your chest. Let go of your elbows, sweep your arms down, and then wrap them around your knees. Here, you have two options of holding your legs. If your knees are happy, you can grab on the top of the shins. If your knees are not happy with that, you can always bring your hands behind your knees. Pull the legs now towards your upper body, but keep your head relaxed on the floor. Slightly tilt the pelvis down towards the floor. Start to draw circles with your knees. They're both going into the same direction here. As you inhale, bring the knees close to your upper body. As you exhale, allow them to move away from you. Take a few circles here and maybe play around with the size of the circles. Observe how and what this does to your lower back, your shoulders, but also your jaw. Change the direction. Play around with the size of the circles, with the intensity of the circles. And can you feel the massaging effect in your lower back here? How are your shoulders feeling? And what is your jaw doing? Do one last circle. Bring your right foot down to the floor. Keep hold of the left leg with both hands. Now draw circles only with your left leg. Here, it's very normal that the right leg wants to go all over the place. Ensure to keep that right leg nice and stable though as you move the left. You can do this by pressing the foot a little bit stronger into the floor. Change the directions of the circles. Take a few rounds here, continuously pressing the right foot firmly into the floor for stability. Relax your jaw by slightly opening your lips. Change the legs. Bring your left foot down to the floor. Keep hold of the right leg with both hands. Again, you can either grab on top or behind your knee. Start drawing circles with your right leg. Ensure to keep that standing leg nice and stable as you press the foot into the floor. Draw a few circles. Again, you can choose how big or small. Then change the direction of the circles. Take a few rounds here, continuously pressing the left foot firmly into the floor for stability. Relax your jaw, relax your shoulders. Bring the foot down onto the floor. Both feet are now on the floor. Knees are bent. Arms are lying next to you on the floor with the palms facing down. If you had no blanket to start with, you can simply take a moment here to tune into your hips. If you had the rolled up blanket underneath you, the next part is for you. Inhale, lift your heart. Exhale, lift your chin to your chest. Press your forearms into the floor. Lift your upper body halfway up so that you can take the blanket out from underneath you and place it onto the side for a moment. Then come to lie back again. Take just a little moment here to observe if anything has changed in the relationship between your upper body and the earth beneath you. Take one full breath here. Inhale, belly rises. Exhale, belly softens. Inhale, reach your right arm up and behind you. Exhale, roll onto your right side. Place your left hand on top of the floor and press yourself up into a seated, cross-legged position. Right foot under your left knee, left foot under your right knee. Grab hold of your right thigh with both hands, roll it towards the middle and lift the sitting bone off the ground. Then move the thigh bone back and plant your sitting bone down. Repeat on the other side. Grab your left thigh with both hands, roll it towards the middle and lift the sitting bone off the ground. Move your upper thigh back and plant your sitting bone back down. Inhale, float both arms up towards the sky. Bring your hands into prayer above your head. Exhale, move your hands in prayer down towards your heart. Repeat. Inhale, float both arms up towards the sky. Bring your hands into prayer above your head. Exhale, move your hands in prayer down towards your heart. Last round. Inhale, float both arms up towards the sky. Bring your hands into prayer above your head. Exhale, move your hands in prayer down towards your heart. And this time, keep your hands where they are. Take a moment here to settle, and if you still have your eyes closed, feel free to open your eyelids again. Inhale, float both arms up to the sky. Exhale, bring your right fingertips down to the floor right next to you. Shoulders melt away from the ears. Inhale, keep reaching with your left arm up. Exhale, bend over to the right. Drop your left sitting bone firmly into the ground. Take one full breath here and slow it right down. Inhale, reach your left arm diagonally away from you, finding length in both sides of your upper body. Exhale, bend that little bit deeper, but keep your sitting bones firmly rooted into the ground. Inhale, reach your left arm diagonally up and then back up into an upright position. Exhale, float your arms down, coming back into a neutral spine. Other side. Inhale, float both arms up to the sky. Exhale, bring your left fingertips down to the floor next to you. Shoulders melt away from the ears. Inhale, keep reaching with your right arm up. Exhale, bend over to the left. Drop your right sitting bone firmly into the ground beneath you. Take one full breath here. Inhale, reach your right arm diagonally away from you. Find length in both sides of your upper body, specifically on the left side. Exhale, bend a little deeper, but keep your sitting bones firmly rooted into the ground. Inhale, reach your right arm diagonally up and then back into an upright position. Upper body is facing forwards and is upright. Exhale, float your arm down. Then shift your weight forwards onto all fours. Spread your fingers wide, claw the tops of the fingers back. Hands are a little bit in front of your shoulders and shoulder width apart. Knees are just a little bit behind your hips and hip width apart. Gently pull your navel back to the spine to keep your lower abdomen activated. Inhale, your heart pulls forwards and upwards. Your pelvis tilts forwards. Sitting bones reach towards the sky. Exhale, pull your navel back. Press the hands firmly into the ground, rounding your spine. Repeat this movement in your own timing a few times, using the breath as an indicator for your movement. You expand and lengthen the spine as you inhale, cow. You contract and round your spine as you exhale, cat. As you work through this movement and the exploration of the spine, imagine a marble rolling up and down your spine. The movement you create is moving this marble up and down the spine, the vertebrae. Keep checking in with your navel, especially here in cow pose. Are you still engaging that lower abdomen? Do one last round. Inhale, expand. And exhale, contract, press away the floor. Come back into a neutral spine, to tabletop. Shift your weight slightly forwards. Keep pulling your heart without lifting your chin. Weight is now mainly in your hands. Bend your elbows back and slide your elbows alongside your upper body. Lower your upper body down until you come to lie onto your tummy. Press the tops of the feet, the spot where your sandal strip would be, into the floor. Gently pull your navel back. Slide your arms forwards until your elbows are underneath your shoulders. Forearms remain parallel to one another. Palms are facing down towards the floor. Inhale, lift your heart and pull it forwards. Shoulders roll back. Salamba Bhujangasana, Swings pose. Take one full breath here. Inhale, lift your heart even more. Exhale, shoulders melt away from the ears. Inhale, heart pulls forwards. Exhale, release your upper body down. Bring your hands now underneath your shoulders. Press the tops of the feet again into the floor. Inhale, roll your shoulders back. Heart pulls forwards. Lift your upper body up into a baby cobra. Baby cobra means you lift your upper body only as high as you could without using your hands. Take one full breath here. Inhale, heart pulls forwards. Exhale, shoulders melt away. Inhale, heart pulls forwards. Exhale, release your upper body down. Point your toes, press the tops of the feet into the floor. Inhale, roll your shoulders back, lift your heart, and this time press your hands into the floor and peel your upper body off of the floor. Exhale, shoulders relax. Take a full breath here in Cobra. Inhale, heart pulls forwards. Exhale, shoulders roll back and down. Inhale, heart pulls forwards. Exhale, press your hands firmly into the ground, then push your hips back up towards your heels and come to child's pose. Toes come together, knees are apart, as wide as the mat. Your forehead relaxes into the floor, but your arms are reaching forwards and away from you. Your hands are on fingertips. Your hips come to the heels, and do not worry if they do not touch the heels. You simply move with gravity here. Allow your hips to slowly descend. Take one full breath here. Bring your arms at least as wide as your shoulders, if not even a little wider. Allow your heart to melt to the floor. Your shoulders and your jaw are relaxed. On your next inhale, roll back up into all fours. Bring your knees and feet back into a hip-width parallel position. Breathe in, step your right foot forwards. Your back leg stays bent and on the floor. Then move your right hand onto the inside of your right foot. Heel toe, the right foot out to the right outside edge of the mat. Shift your weight slightly more forward. Hard pulls forwards. Lizard pose. You have now different variations that you can do from here on. You can either stay in this position if this is already providing you with a good stretch. If you want a little bit more, you can also come onto your forearms. If you dropped your head down, you want to make sure that your chin remains slightly lifted though, and that your heart keeps pulling forwards. If you want even more than that, you can now tuck your back toes under and lift your knee off of the ground. Extend your back leg. Whichever position you chose, hold this for a few moments. If at any point you feel like it's becoming too much, you can always come back to the first variation. Take one more breath here. Inhale, lifting your heart, pulling it forwards. Exhale, slow down your breath. Inhale, feel the expansion in this pose. Exhale, bend your back knee if you had it up. Inhale, come back onto your hands if you were on your forearms. Then heel toe your front foot back into a parallel position. Bring your right hand onto the outside of the right foot. Step the front foot back into your tabletop position. Change sides. Breathe in, step your left foot forwards. Your back leg stays bent and on the floor. Then move your left hand onto the inside of your left foot. Heel toe your front foot out to the left outside edge of your mat. Shift your weight slightly more forwards. Heart pulls forwards. Lizard pose. You have the 3 different variations here that you can do from here on. And as always, just because you've done one thing on one side does not automatically mean you have to do the same thing on this side. You can stay in this position if this was already providing you with a good stretch, or if you want a little bit more, come onto your forearms now. But keep your heart pulling forwards. If you want even more than that, you can tuck your back toes under and lift your knee off of the ground to extend your back leg away from you. Whichever position you chose, hold this for a few moments. And if at any point you feel like this is becoming too much, you can always come back to the first variation. Take one more breath here. Inhale, lift your heart. Exhale, slow down. Inhale, feel the expansion. Exhale, bend your back knee. If you had it up, place it back down onto the mat. Inhale, come back onto your hands if you were on your forearms. Then heel toe your front foot back. Bring your left hand back onto the outside of the left foot and step the foot back into a tabletop position. Here, stay in your tabletop for a moment. Readjust your stance, finding that engagement in your navel, your fingers are spreading out. Then inhale, lift your right arm up to the sky. Your upper body opens to the right. Draw big circles with your right arm, reaching up as you inhale, and as you exhale, right arm moves back and down. Inhale, your right arm moves forwards and up. Exhale, down and back. Inhale, forward and up. One last one. Exhale, arm down and back. Inhale, arm moves forwards and up. This time, stay here with your arm right up, reaching towards the ceiling. On your next exhale, bring your arm down and thread it under your left elbow, stretching the right hand out towards the left. Your right ear is on the floor. Your sitting bones, your hip remains high. Here, you can either stay in this position for a moment, or if you want it a little bit more, you can walk your left hand out towards the front edge of the mat. Bring your left hands onto fingertips. Whichever position you chose, take a moment here to tune into the twist of your upper body. Feel that stretch and that juicy twist in your upper spine. On your next inhale, move your left fingers back, bring your hand underneath your left shoulder. Bring your right arm back underneath your right shoulder. Exhale and come to the other side. Inhale, lift your left arm up towards the sky. Energy in the fingertips here. Your upper body opens to the left. Then draw big circles with your left arm, reaching up as you inhale. Exhale, your arm moves back and down. Inhale, your arm moves forwards and up. Exhale, down and back. Inhale, forward and up. One last one. Exhale, arm down and back. Inhale, arm moves forwards and up. This time, stay here with your arm reaching up towards the sky. Energy in the fingertips. On your next exhale, bring your arm down and thread it underneath your right elbow. Stretch your left hand away to the right. Your left ear is on the floor. Your sitting bones remain high. Again, you can either stay here in this position, or you can walk your right hand out towards the front of the mat and bring your right hand on fingertips. Whichever position you chose, take a moment here to tune into the twist of your upper body, your upper spine. Feel the stretch in your front body and the juicy twist in your upper spine. Then inhale, move your right fingers and hand back underneath your right shoulder. Bring your left hand underneath your left shoulder. Here, on your next exhale, shift your weight back, toes together, knees apart. Arms are now relaxed in front of you. Balasana, child's pose. Take a few deep breaths here, feeling your heart slowly melt into the floor. Your hips descend slowly further and further down towards the heels. Allow this to happen naturally and resist the urge to push yourself down. Relax your jaw, relax your shoulders. Take a deep breath in and a soft, long exhale out. Take one last full breath here. Inhale and exhale out. Walk your hands underneath your shoulders. Bring your sitting bones down to your heels and allow your upper body to roll up, coming back into an upright position. Place your hands either behind or next to you. Swing your legs around, bend your knees, and place your feet parallel and hip-width apart. Pull your navel back, reach your arms forwards, and then roll down vertebrae by vertebrae until you come to lie down onto your back. Now, it is time for your final Shavasana. Lengthen your right leg forwards. Lengthen your left leg forwards. Have the feet slightly wider than your hips. If you have the folded blanket nearby, you can use this to put it underneath your knees for comfort. If you have a tight lower back, try putting the folded blanket underneath your calves instead. If you have a tight lower back and you don't have a blanket, you can at any point bend your knees, walking your feet out a little bit to the side and allow your knees to touch. Your hands are right and left on hip height, but a little wider as the yoga mat. Your palms are open and facing the ceiling. Now inhale, lift your heart. Exhale, melt the back of the heart, the space between your shoulder blades, into the floor. Now, even with very little to no vision, you still might want to close your eyes here to give your eyelids and the muscles around your eyes a rest. Bring your attention to your breath. Where in your body can you feel the breath now? Where do you feel the inhale? Where do you feel the exhale? Has anything shifted from the beginning of the class? Simply notice. For the next few moments, this is your only job. Nothing more, nothing less. It is you and your breath. Feel your navel rise and fall without any effort. You inhale calm and exhale tension. Scan your body for any remaining tensions you might still feel. And with every exhale, allow your muscles to relax a little deeper into the earth beneath you. Feel the muscles melt and the tension flow into the floor. Relax your jaw and your shoulders. Feel your legs, arms, head, and pelvis become heavy. Your breath is even, calm, and steady. Feel the floor, the earth beneath you, support you and your body. Your navel rises as you inhale, and it softens as you exhale. Feel the broadening of the back body as you breathe in. Feel the softening of the body as you exhale. Here, you are safe. Here, you are calm. Here, you are relaxed. Allow your body and your mind to drift off for the next few moments of silence. And when it's time to come out of this relaxation, you will hear 3 gong sounds. I will then guide you gently and safely out of your Shavasana. But for now, you may simply let go. Now, without moving, without opening your eyelids, slowly bring your awareness back to the room that you're in. Bring your awareness to the smell and the sounds around you, to the texture of the yoga mat and the floor beneath you, the temperature of the room. Then wiggle your fingers and wiggle your toes. Slowly move your head from side to side. Bend both knees and firmly place the feet on the mat. Inhale and reach your right arm up and behind you. Maybe even take a bit of a stretch, a yawn, a sigh, whatever feels good to you right now. Then come to lie onto your right side. Take a moment here. On your next inhale, place your left hand on the floor and press yourself back up into a comfortable cross-legged seated position. Inhale, float both arms up towards the ceiling. Gather your hands in prayer position in front of your heart. Now, as always, let's finish with a few words of silent gratitude. Let's say thank you to our body for carrying us through this practice, supporting us and our loved ones throughout this day, and for always giving us a home no matter what. With love and respect, I hope you have a good night's sleep, and thank you for practicing with me this evening.